And clean break said, you don't fight groups like Hamas and Hezbollah by fighting these militant groups head on. You fight them by bringing down the governments that support them. So what Netanyahu envisioned was remaking the governments of the Middle East in Israel's image, if I could put it that way. In other words, we, Israel, together with the United States, will overthrow any governments that are supporting the Palestinian cause, and especially these Palestinian militant groups. Iran was number one on the list. So these new events are the culmination of 30 years of Netanyahu's campaign to bring the United States into war with Iran. Now, one crucial point that people need to understand, and is so contrary to the propaganda that we hear day in and day out, is that the Iranians for decades have been saying, we want normal relations with the United States. We do not want nuclear weapons. We want the U.S. to end its sanctions. We are open for an agreement in which we are inspected and monitored. We want a civilian nuclear power program, as any country can have. We do not want nuclear weapons. Indeed, the religious supreme leader issued decades ago a religious ruling, a fatwa, that said Iran will not have nuclear weapons. We don't want them. Iran said that to the International Atomic Energy Agency. Iranians, academics, and senior officials have been coming to me for decades saying, we want to negotiate with your government. We want to normalize relations. And of course, and I want everyone to remember this most basic fact, in 2016, President Obama actually negotiated with the Iranians an agreement to stop the nuclear weapons program. Or not even, actually, let me put that more properly, to prevent a nuclear weapons program, because the Iranians weren't engaged in one. Right. But to make sure that there was verification, monitoring, limits to the uranium enrichment and all the rest. And that was what's called the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or the JCPOA. In other words, an agreement was reached a decade ago. And what happened? Donald Trump got elected, the Israel lobby went to work, and Trump walked out of the JCPOA. So he abandoned the agreement that would have obviated all of this.